Welcome to episode 28 of Hollywood Unapologetic. My name is Rolando Delbert. In earlier episodes, I discussed sexual violence and predatory behavior that unfortunately happens in certain circles in the entertainment world. Something I wanted to touch upon is another form of violation that happens far too often: identity theft. Identity theft is another form of violation that can happen to you or someone you know. It happens when someone steals your personal information and uses it without your permission. It is a serious crime and is growing all of the time. When one falls victim to identity theft, it can create a lot of problems with your finances, damage your credit history, and even affect your reputation. But many people don't know is that your personal information is a valuable commodity. Everything from your social security number, credit card numbers, even access to your email or social media account is of value to someone other than you. Someone having your social security number can apply for additional credit cards, bank loans, even get medical care, all without your knowledge. Two good friends had someone use their credit card information to purchase automobiles from different car dealerships without their knowledge. They both ended up getting the F.B.I. involved. Someone having your credit card can also go out and purchase a lot of things that they can just sell for cash or use for themselves without you knowing. When I worked at one of the film studios years ago, I had a new credit card that came in the mail right before I was leaving for work. During my break, I cut the older card up into small pieces and tossed them in the trash. Someone took the time to tape the pieces together and purchased over $700 in gasoline from a single gas station inside of 3 days, a mile away from the studio. I had no idea this was going on until I received a call from the car company. Someone having access to your email can have negative consequences as well. Computer hackers can use your account to spam everyone in your address book and also attach your malware or viruses in emails. Can either hijack your computer, steal information from those that open the emails, or fish for passwords from other accounts. A common approach hackers use to gain access to email accounts is using the password recovery feature. They research what they can about specific individuals on social media sites, looking for family nicknames, old addresses, and names of favorite pets. Once the hackers gain access, they either forward a copy of all the emails that come into a separate email account, unknowing to the person being hacked, or the passwords are changed to not allow further access to the account holders. In 2013, Miss Teen USA Cassidy Wolf was one of over a dozen women who fell victim to a sextortion attempt. She received an anonymous email that claimed nude photos of her were taken via the webcam on her computer in an attempt to extort her to keep the photographs from being made public. Wolf's computer was one of a string of similar computer breaching involving individuals who have had their email and social media account security compromised, giving hackers access to personal information and private images of some of the victims. In July 2013, Gary Karazan, I know I didn't say his name right, hacked into the Facebook, Skype, and email accounts of 350 women in another sextortion case. Karazarian pleaded guilty to coercing these women into showing him pictures of them naked and into removing their clothing on camera. In December 2012, Christopher Cheney was sentenced to 10 years in federal prison for acquiring naked images of celebrities and other members of the entertainment industry. He pleaded guilty on March 26th to identity theft, wiretapping, and unauthorized access to a computer. Cheney did this by hacking into the email accounts and mobile phones of Scarlett Johansson, Mila Kunis, Christina Aguilera, and over 50 others. In 2011, Johansson's nude photos were hacked from her personal email account by Cheney. The photographs were meant for Ryan Reynolds, her husband at the time, and were leaked online. Cheney also accessed Aguilera's personal stylist's account in 2011. Semi-nude photographs of Aguilera were also leaked online. Cheney admitted he did it because he was addicted to violating the privacy of the rich and famous, not for any monetary gain. He also said he was not the one who circulated the photographs to the public. It started as a curiosity and turned into just being, addicted to seeing behind the scenes of what's going on with these people you see on the big screen every day, says Cheney. In 2010, lead singer of Paramore, Hayley Williams, had a topless photograph posted on her Twitter page. She claimed her TwitPic account was hacked. Remember TwitPic? In 2007, reality star Kim Kardashian and singer Ray J had a sex tape leaked, which copies of it were being sold to multiple websites. In 2013, Kardashian, along with other celebrities, had personal information such as credit reports stolen and posted online. Also in 2007, Actress Vanessa Hudgens was targeted shortly after appearing in Disney's High School Musical 2. Naked photographs of her have been published online several times over the next few years. In the digital age, the internet offers many ways for unsavory individuals to access your information. Technology companies are pushing to have cloud-based data storage available to the public. Google's entire operating system is cloud-based. Apple is working on getting all of its customers to use the iCloud service they provide. The world is a lot smaller today for all of us due to advancements in technology and connectivity to one another. We can buy products and services, enjoy more readily available entertainment, and look for information anywhere on the globe with quickness and ease. This also provides more opportunities for identity thefts, scammers, and computer hackers direct access to you and your private and sensitive information. In the context of this episode, security of your mobile devices is something we all want and need. It's no different than keeping your laptop or home computer safe, but there are people out there looking for ways to get at your private information through your phones. More than 100 celebrities had their mobile phones hacked recently, revealing private photos and videos, which were posted online. This is the largest set of celebrity hackings to date, and has prompted scrutiny from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I mention this because many of us rely on our mobile devices in our day-to-day activities. We use them for everything from scheduling our lives and sending emails to updating our universe on what we're doing at the moment. We often take photos of our friends and ourselves, sometimes in some form of undress. Both websites, 4chan and Reddit, posted the celebrities that were exposed when a hacker broke into their cloud-based storage. Apple Incorporated has stated the hijacking targeted just celebrities whose accounts were compromised using common tactics other than some sort of security hole. Many of the informations that circulated online over the last weekend of August 2014, for example, came from Apple devices, or they were stored on Apple's iCloud service. The iCloud lets people upload files so they can have access to them remotely. The images were first posted to websites like 4chan. 4chan users generally post anonymously, which in the past has provoked media attention. Due to the website's anonymous community and culture, 4chan has been instrumental in hijacking internet destinations and has been used in the coordination of virtual attacks against other websites and internet users. Users at Reddit were creating forums dedicated to the sharing of the leaked photos. Reddit makes it possible because as a social networking website, it is designed for registered users to post text, links, and photos. Oscar winner Jennifer Lawrence, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Kristen Dunst, Becca Tobin, and Kate Upton were among the many that fell victims to this attack. Michelle Keegan, Kelly Brock, and Kit Daly were also named as victims, but their photographs were not published at that time. Singers Victoria Justice and Ariana Grande have reported that the photos of them that were released were fakes and not of either artists. On September 20th, 2014, photographs of Kim Kardashian, Vanessa Hudgens, and soccer star Hope Solo were also posted to 4chan and Reddit, but were promptly removed due to both companies' updated policies regarding leaked photographs. Other celebrities, including Avril Lavigne, I never say her name right, Aubrey Plaza, Hayden Panettiere, Kate Bosworth, Jenny McCarthy, Lily Sabowski, Megan Good, Emily Ratajkowski, Rihanna, and Lake Bill were also reported as being targeted, and photographs were released online days later. Also on September 20th, actress Gabrielle Union and her husband, professional basketball player Dwayne Wade, announced they were contacting the FBI after their photographs were leaked online. That same weekend, as the last round of leaked celebrity photographs were posted online, actress and United Nations Women Goodwill Ambassador Emma Watson gave a speech in front of the United Nations on behalf of the He for She campaign about how men should support gender equality, aimed at inspiring men to join the gender equality movement. "I want men to take up this mantle," said Watson, "so their daughters, sisters, and mothers can be free from prejudice, but also so that their sons have permission to be vulnerable and human too, reclaim those parts of themselves they abandoned, and in doing so, be a more true and complete version of themselves." Her speech sparked some negative responses, some of which were posted on 4chan. Comments such as, "That feminist bitch Emma is going to show the world she is as much of a whore as any woman," were posted. This included threats to the release of nude photographs of Watson online and linking to a website called Emma You Are Next. The website featured a photograph of Watson wiping away a tear, the 4chan logo, a message that read, "Never forget, the biggest to come thus far," with a countdown clock on it set for the following weekend. Other posts were worse and even used language of violence and disturbing imagery. False news reports of Watson being found dead in a hotel room were circulating as well, some of which with hashtag RIP Emma Watson hashtag on the end of it, with the hopes that it would begin trending on Twitter. After the deadline came and went, the website was linked through to an alleged marketing company's website. Claims of being hired by a celebrity publicist to bring attention to the abuse of women on the 4chan site and elsewhere began circulating around online, and an open letter to President Obama which read, and I quote, "We have been hired by celebrity publicists to bring this disgusting issue to attention. The recent 4chan celebrity nude leaks in the past 2 months have been an invasion of privacy and is also a clear indication that the internet needs to be censored." End quote. Regardless of whether the marketing company is real or not, regardless of who actually created the countdown clock, and regardless what the true motives were, the issue still remains. The attack to Emma Watson was real and direct. Watson and other celebrities have been victims of blunt attacks by these individuals who can hide behind the anonymous nature of the internet. The FBI are also investigating the hacking and sharing of the photographs of gymnast Michaela Maroney and actress Bella Thorne over Labor Day weekend. The photographs were taken when they were underage, and those hacks are being investigated as child pornography cases. Elcomsoft phone password breaker, I'll say that fast 5 times, was used for the Labor Day photograph leaks. The Moscow-based forensics firm developed a software password recovery tool used by forensic specialists in law enforcement and intelligence organizations as an alternative way to retrieve stored information. Data can be accessed without the content or knowledge of the mobile device owner. EPBB was used in tandem with iBrute, released by security researcher Alexei Chozachev. iBrute is password guessing software designed to take advantage of a flaw in Apple's Find My iPhone feature by cycling through thousands of guesses to crack the iCloud account's password, leading to eventual success. Volafile is a German website that attracted iCloud hackers wanting to capitalize on the collection of photographs. The website allowed for real-time file sharing, a chat service for the anonymous accounts, and quick upload speeds. This has allowed new celebrity photo leaks to emerge on the website daily and almost exclusively through Volafile. Those interested in seeing a new set of hacked celebrity nude photos can be purchased for about $350 USD, payable through Bitcoin. In 2009, an unknown person using the alias Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin as a decentralized peer-to-peer payment network based on a concept called cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is a type of digital currency that uses cryptography for security and anti-counterfeiting measures. All transactions are anonymous and untraceable. Since these networks have no central governing authority or middlemen, there are no transaction fees and no need to give your real name. The value of the digital currency is determined by market supply and demand, much like precious metals like silver and gold. It is fundamentally a flat currency. The network's users must determine the value and its use as an exchange medium. Because of its anonymous and untraceable way of conducting business, cryptocurrency networks have become a way for illegal transactions like drug trafficking. Because the currency has no central repository, law enforcement and payment processors have no jurisdiction over their accounts. One of the results of all of this is that the issue of violence against women is getting attention through shaming them. I have to ask, what merits being a woman in the limelight make you deserve such a violation? In November 2014 issue of Vanity Fair magazine, Jennifer Lawrence spoke about her photographs that were hacked and posted online on August 31st. Just because I'm a public figure, just because I'm an actress, does not mean that I asked for this, she says. It does not mean that it comes with the territory. It's my body, and it should be my choice, and the fact that it is not my choice is absolutely disgusting. It is not a scandal. It is a sex crime. It is a sexual violation. Celebrities are under the watchful eye of many unscrupulous individuals. Many websites are dedicated to photographs taken by the paparazzi, hoping to catch the it girl of the moment, stepping out of the ocean or out of a car showing her privates unintentionally. For the photographers, it can be very lucrative if the right moment is captured in pictures and sold to the right celebrity gossip magazine or website. In this case, the celebrity email and mobile phone hackings may be an extension of that, since celebrities are more vulnerable to such an attack because more hackers will be looking for their information. The more popular the individuals are to be targeted, the easier it is to find personal information about them during the research that can be part of their private emails and passwords. Celebrities are not immune to such a violation of privacy, but can the law stop publication of these images or stop the financial gain possibly made from the invasion of privacy? The answer may be, well, not really. The First Amendment guarantees freedoms concerning religion, expression, assembly, and the right to petition. It also guarantees freedom of expression by prohibiting Congress from restricting the press or the rights of individuals to speak freely. However, the Constitution forbids a prior restraint or to impose censorship of the publication under the First Amendment, or so it has been interpreted. What this means is that even if the information, or in this case the photographs to be published, were stolen and then given to a publisher who knew they were stolen, no court orders can stop their publication of almost all matters except in very limited context. One of those contexts that is widely accepted and considered not to be a breach of the prior restraint doctrine is when the information to be published will affect national security, even when the law protects freedom of expression. During wartime, the information may be restricted. In 1971, President Richard Nixon had claimed executive authority to force the New York Times to suspend publication of highly classified information in the newspaper's possession. This was a claimed need by the executive branch to maintain the secrecy of classified information from the famous Pentagon Papers case. Daniel Ellsberg, a leading Vietnam War strategist, determined that America's role in the war was based on decades of lies. He secretly copied 7,000 pages of top-secret documents which contained information about war plans in Vietnam and Southeast Asia. He did so in violation of a security clearance, which directly led to Watergate, Nixon's resignation, and the end of the Vietnam War. The Supreme Court ruled that the First Amendment did protect the right of the New York Times to print the materials. Can celebrities, or you or I, protect ourselves if our private photographs are published, even if they are stolen? That's a maybe, but it may not be a particularly desirable process. One may be able to sue for copyright infringement and seek an injunction against publication of the photographs. However, the United States Copyright Office will need a copy of each individual photograph to be registered. The identity of the person who took each photograph would probably need to be disclosed as well, and due to their private and intimate nature, this may not be very desirable. Even if you are able to and willing to provide the U.S. Copyright Office the information and photographs, there is no guarantee that a federal court would issue an injunction to stop your photographs from being published. Celebrities have been dealing with paparazzi and privacy issues for decades. Jackie Kennedy Onassis brought suit against photographer Ron Galel, whom she believed had become a burdensome intrusion into her and her children's lives. The lawsuit was based on Galel being constantly around, using aggressive techniques to capture their photographs, which interfered with the family's daily life and even putting them directly in danger. This case set a precedent in which a celebrity succeeded over the press in regards to invasion of privacy. Interference by the press in the privacy of the individuals can be no greater than necessary to protect the overriding public interest. The court must consider the individual's right to be left alone and whether legitimate public interest is sought. If so, the court should consider the danger of continued surveillance without court intervention. The court found that Onassis and her children's private lives was not necessary for the public well-being. This ruling can be raised by a celebrity to maintain their right to privacy from the paparazzi, although few have to the fullest extent. There's a complex balancing act between many celebrities and the paparazzi. Due to the nature of a celebrity's profession, some of their privacy has to be sacrificed to maintain their public persona. After the death of Diana, Princess of Wales, in 1997, in Paris, France, California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger signed a bill that increased privacy protections and statutory damages under California's anti-paparazzi law, which established liability to those who take the photographs in question, as well as those who publish the known illegal image in a media text. This law gives additional protection of a celebrity's privacy when engaging in a personal or family event and against the use of high-power lenses to see onto private property. Unfortunately, there are many other examples of this type of behavior. I've continuously stressed the importance of planning and the due diligence you should have in being aware of your surroundings. I offer these examples to illustrate that the entertainment industry has its own hidden criminal element and dangers lurking in the shadows, which are sometimes frightening and which can be life-threatening. Fortunate events, such as the subject matter touched upon in this episode, are by no means an indication of the state of affairs throughout this industry. There are many types of sexual violence, sometimes occurring in the workplace, including sexual harassment, stalking, physical rape, and even hate crimes. Sometimes uncouth individuals in power positions take it upon themselves to behave inappropriately. Not all incidents are reported. When one becomes a public figure, sometimes that brings unwanted attention. Celebrities are under the watchful eye of many unscrupulous individuals looking to profit by violating one's privacy. Sometimes individuals become obsessed and act upon false connections between their object of desire and themselves. This can be a sexual violation and sometimes have tragic consequences. Whether you are in the public eye or not, you should be mindful of private information and photos and how it is stored. Back up your data at home and assume that if your data is stored somewhere in the cloud-based world, someone else may already have a copy before you even get around to deleting it. Hackers research social media sites looking for family nicknames, old addresses, and names of your favorite pets for unsuspecting victims. Be mindful of your passwords and make them difficult for someone to guess at. Remember, your well-being and security requires vigilance on your part. The world is greatly influenced by what is seen on the screen and heard on the radio. Let's be the new Hollywood generation. Let's give them something that will drive everyone to do something bigger, to make a positive difference in this world. Something I'd like to leave you with. We're all in it together. Each and every one of you is an important part of our future. You're important to the lives of those who surround you. You're important to your communities. You're important to our industry. No matter what, remain optimistic and focused on your goal. Never stop believing in yourself. Always remember, you are the key to your own success. Take a breath. Move forward. Together, let's create a revival, the resurgence of Hollywood, and bring back the auteur to cinema. Be an active part of the new Hollywood generation. You are a representative of the new Hollywood generation. Please subscribe to our channel and share. Interviews are coming. Don't forget to check out our other videos in the series and follow the link below to check out our swag. Thanks. You are a representative of the new Hollywood generation. Join Hollywood Unapologetic in our quest to positively empower one another, to empower our industry as we speak openly to industry professionals about the true pursuit of our Hollywood dreams and in life. Hollywood Unapologetic is a continuation of the Pollyanna's tear-soaked Battlefields of Hollywood, a survival guide against the cynicism and the hypocritical series of books designed to help you better prepare for success. It is now our time to strive to be a better version of ourselves and to be inclusive of one another. We, as a community, can grow together and be the change our industry needs. We can find unity together and be the change our future needs. We are the new Hollywood generation. Welcome to Hollywood Unapologetic.